There's an island across the sea, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai, and it's calling, just calling to me, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai.
That's my home island, you know.
That's right.
In the midst of Fern Grotto, Mother Nature made her home. In the falls of Wailua, where lovers often roam, so I'll return to my island across the sea, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai. There's
It
an
brought it here
island
to me.
across
What?
Beautiful.
the sea.
I'm part Irish, you know.
Part Irish, right.
Well, it brought it here to me.
Whoa. Was that an Irish brogue?
That's just what it is.
Wow, okay. I'll buy that.
And it's calling, just calling to me, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai. In the midst of Fern Grotto, Mother Nature made her home. In the falls of Wailua, where lovers often roam, so I'll return to my island across the sea.
All together.
Beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai.
Aloha, welcome to Departures to Alpha Centauri. My name is Merlin, I'm your tour guide, and once again we have Ernie Menehune and Patty Lilly as our guests. This is our Aloha, our ambassador of Aloha, number 6. Believe it or not, Ernie and Patty have been with us now 6 times
Wow.
since last fall, and this is our 6th program with Ernie on board. And for those of you that are fans of Ernie, you know that he's been a fixture here in the Tucson community for over 30 years.
19.
Holy mackerel.
Way back.
Way back, the Wayback Machine. And not only that, he was the opening act. Now listen to this. He was the opening act for the Rat Pack in Las Vegas, Nevada at Caesar's Palace in the 1960s. Right?
Yes, so I performed on the boat called Cleopatra's Barge.
Cleopatra's Barge, really.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And you went out in the ocean on it?
No, they had a big ocean right there.
The ocean of sand, huh? Yeah, I'll bet. And who were the guys in the Rat Pack?
I can't remember.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to be
Frank
42
Sinatra?
next week. You know.
He's going to be 42 next week.
Frank
Did you guys?
Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr.,
Yeah. I can't.
Ernie's teasing us. He was
Dean Martin,
a little over 42 back in January
Joey Bishop,
on show number 3. Joey Bishop, that's right.
91.
He was 91 years old. And he's with us.
January 26, 1923.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great.
I know. And I'm still here.
He's still here. He's still plugging, which is all about. And tonight is a call-in show. So those of you that are watching on Comcast channel 74 or Cox channel 20, you've got phone numbers. So please give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Ernie loves to hear from his audience,
Yeah.
especially if you have stories to tell us about where you saw Ernie, maybe a long time ago. And those of you that are watching online on Access Tucson, hopefully my mom and my wife and a few other people, you can't see the phone numbers, but I'll tell you what one of them are. It's 520-629-0683. And
624.
and then the second one is 520-624-2792. So if you're online anywhere in the world, now you can watch us anywhere. Those of you folks in India that watch my programs, hey, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. We especially love your accents. And those numbers again are 520-629-0683 and 520-624-2792.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Are you ready for another one? Another song?
I have nothing. I have nothing planned. Oh, what? We got one over there.
Do you want another Hawaiian song? Or do you want the
Let's see. What
number
we got?
one? How are we doing the first one?
Okay, that's right.
Okay, here we go.
Hano.
See if I can figure this out.
Hano.
Well, I don't know the names, so let's just see what comes up.
My girls.
Will this work?
Oh yeah. Oh, my girls is a dancing song.
Oh, I know. Well, next time we'll have the dancers.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's true.
Hano. Hano le kalu. Epki ka kalimo mankepa. Hila hoyo. Ike iknali ikana. Koni ikili. Aloha kayane turole. Ole igana kai. Akai hoyo. Ike iknali hano le kalu. Hano le kalu. Epki ka kalimo mankepa. Hila hoyo. Ike iknali ikana. Koni ikili. Aloha kayane turole. Ole igana kai. Akai hoyo. Ike iknali hano le kalu.
All right. Still going? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It'll lead into the next song.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm sad to say that Ernie's only going to be here tonight and in June because you sold your property
Yep.
here in Tucson.
Sold that beautiful ranch that I built.
I know, and all those of you that have gone to his luau's, not anymore.
Right.
His 5 acres is, as we say in Hawaii, it's pau. It's gone. It's finished.
I mean, pow.
Pau. He had an oasis in the desert.
Yep.
What did you call it?
That's the Menehune Holly.
Menehune Holly. Now, Ernie's name Menehune is in reference to the little people of Hawaii who were there when the Hawaiians arrived. And we believe that was 2,600 years ago when the Hawaiians arrived. And they had an entire paradise waiting for them
That's right.
because the roads, the fish ponds, the irrigation canals, the paths,
Everything was all.
Everything was in place.
All the forests that
yeah,
they worked in.
the Menehune had prepared it. And we also believe that the Menehune are actually relatives of the gnomes that are found in Europe and here in North America. And there's a great book out that talks about gnomes, and they're about the same size. They wear those funny hats. They have the big pointed hat, the cone-shaped hat. The Menehunes never wore the hats, I don't think. But they were very industrious, and it was said that they could build something overnight.
Yeah, they could.
They could make an entire fish pond or a retaining wall or a road or anything, and they did it just
Whatever.
like that, just in the blink of an eye. It's pretty amazing stuff. And you originally,
I was born
you were born,
in a valley of the Menehune.
oh, you were,
Yeah.
on the Waimea side.
Waimea Valley.
Yeah. And in school, as a kid,
Oh, yeah, as a kid, they always called me Menehune. Hey, Menehune, because that means little people.
right?
And being young, you don't like nobody call you.
Right. That was
yeah,
that was an insult.
I suppose.
Right.
But as I grew older,
That became your trademark
I did.
in
And-
Vegas.
That,
And the reason was because of Uncle Sam?
Well, it was actually it wasn't. It was they started when they started paying me.
Right?
They started paying me instead of calling me. My real name was Rivera.
Right?
Instead of calling, you know, heard of Larry Rivera. He's a very popular guy back home.
Yeah.
But anyway, they questioned me. So how come I have my checks? I come to me with two different names.
Right.
So they said you can't use two names. So I started using one name, and immediately I was making $12,000 a week, stuff like that, just at times.
Yeah.
So I decided, well, I'll go with Menehune now. I'm not a kid anymore.
So Uncle Sam, the IRS,
The IRS.
turned you into Ernie Menehune,
Menehune.
right? And you've got an entire family now that's named Menehune.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we were the only.
Only Menehunes?
With Social, I mean, the real thing was Social Security and the whole shot, you know.
Yeah, that's neat. It's pretty wild. Now, folks, remember, this is a call-in. I'm leaving those numbers up there so you can give us a call.
It's funny now today, but
Yeah.
it's quite a deal back in my day.
Yeah, sure. And back in, not too long ago, the name for the visitors to Hawaii, like me, we also had a name that we didn't like. It was called Howley.
Yeah. Holly.
But today,
They just mean
it's
white
accepted.
people, you know. It's not,
Yeah.
no big deal.
Well, the true meaning, the translation, ha means without, and ole means life. And essentially, the
Without
Hawaiians were saying the missionaries were without life because they banned everything. No more surfing, no more hula dancing, no more singing, no more fun. And from 1820 until King Kalakaua came along in the 1860s, they were without life. The poor Hawaiians were like, they lost their culture, their identity, their everything. And luckily for all of us, King Kalakaua came along, was called the Merry Monarch, and he just had his, they just had the Merry Monarch Festival in Hilo, my hometown, the last 2 weeks, or 2 weeks ago. It goes on for a whole week, and it's a giant hula contest. And they have hula halaus from all over the world that come and compete at the Merry Monarch Festival. And it's like the Super Bowl of hula for our world. And the kids are really good at it. They're just awesome to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if your niece and her group went down for that. You,
They probably
your
did.
name on her group.
They probably did.
Yeah. But the Merry Monarch is in honor of King Kalakaua, who brought back hula and brought back all the good things that the missionaries took away, which was really pathetic. But that's what howlies do. We like to say no. Are there some other howlies here in Hawaii, in Arizona, that like to say no? And some howlies in Congress that like to say no to everything? No immigration, no birth control, no abortions, no, what else?
I can't remember.
No welfare, no unemployment, no nothing. But that's another story. That's another part of the world.
Yeah.
We don't like that part of the world, so we avoid
We
it.
try to forget that part.
That's right. One more?
Yeah,
Another song? Hawaiian song?
yeah, let's try that.
So we go for number 2?
Yeah,
your-
no, do number 3.
We just did number 3.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to do number 4?
Let's try, let's see.
Number 6? Okay.
Let's see what 4 is like.
Okay, here's 4. Stand by.
If I tell you to change it, let's change it. I want to go back to my little grass shack.
He wants to go back
I certainly do.
to his little grass shack. All right, here we go.
I wanna go back to my little grass shack in Kealakekau, Hawaii. I wanna be with all the countries and Wahitis that I knew long ago. I can hear the soft guitars playing on the beach at Oh No No. I can hear the Hawaiians saying, Aloha mai no kahua I ka halewaga. You won't be long till my ship will be sailing back to Kona. There's a grand old place that's always there to see. I'm just a little Hawaiian, a homesick island boy. I wanna go back to my fishing port. I wanna go back to my little grass shack in Kealakekua, Hawaii. Where the huma huma nuku nuku, it's a Hawaiian fish. Huma huma nuku nuku wapua.
How?
Where the huma huma
Huma huma nuku. The fish is about that big, name that long.
Yeah, that's
wanna
right.
go back.
To my little grass shack in Kealakekua, Hawaii. I wanna be with all the companies and mohinis that I knew long ago. I can hear the soft guitars playing on the beach at Honolulu. I can hear the Hawaiians say, Aloha mai no ka ua i ka hale mana you won't belong to my ship. We'll be sailing back to Kona. There's a grand old place that's always fair to see. I'm just a little Hawaiian, a homesick island boy. I wanna go back to my fishing port. I wanna go back to my little grass shack in Kealakekua, Hawaii. Where the home, there's a fish again. Go swimming by.
There it goes.
With the humu. Where the humu humu nuku nuku apua, I'll go swimming by. Yeah.
Very nice. Fantastic. And while we're thinking about it, we should put in a plug for XS Tucson, our TV station here. Those of you that have been following on the news, in the paper, our city manager wants to close this station. He wants to eliminate XS Tucson, and then they want to sell the property to the highest bidder. We now have a trolley, an electric trolley that runs out in front on the street, and has caused property values to go up in Tucson. And I guess the city's now decided this land is worth more than the TV station's worth. And that's pathetic. This station has been here since 1986, and it serves a community purpose. And it was intended to be for the benefit of the community. Our deceased Senator Barry Goldwater, back in 1984, got a law passed in Congress that established these television stations. And the story was that any time a cable company wanted to set up service in any metropolitan area, they had to dedicate $2 million to a public access television station for the community. And for many years, Access Tucson got that $2 million a year. But then I guess in the 90s, Clinton and Congress changed the law, and so the city could divert part of that money. And actually, the money's increased. I think I heard now that the cable stations put in $3.3 million a year, which should be coming to this station. But the city has decided to take it away. So only $300,000 is even coming to the station. And now they want to keep all the money and close the station, which is ridiculous and pathetic. So those of you that are in the Tucson area, call your congressman, your council members, and say, no, we need this station. It serves a purpose. Like tonight, we're providing you guys with some entertainment. If you had to pay for Ernie, you'd be putting out some bucks. So hey, this is a freebie. We want to keep this. I'd like to keep making these shows.
Yeah.
So put in a plug for us.
Yep.
How about one of your patriotic songs? Are you ready for that one?
Oh, I'm a World War. I'm a December 7, 1941
That's right.
veteran,
Yep, you sure were.
Yep.
On the beach in Kauai.
Yep.
You want to do that one, or you want to do another Hawaiian?
Let's see what else I got in my Hawaiian.
Hawaiian? Okay. What number?
I don't know. That's the next one. See if I say
Number 5? Okay.
If I say,
Here comes number 5. Oh, hey, we got a phone call. You know what? Let's stop and catch the call. Aloha. Are you still there?
Hi, Merlin. This is Dennis. How are you?
Oh, Dennis. Hi. Good to hear from you. You talked to us.
Good.
Back in
hi,
Jan-
Ernie. And to the lady there, I don't know her name. I'd say hi to her, too.
Patty.
Patty, okay. A couple things I wanted to say, Merlin. One, Ernie, your voice is still just as good as it was when I hear on your records.
God love you. Thank you.
And I'm going to really miss watching and hearing you singing on the show.
Oh.
And are you going back to Hawaii, Ernie? Is that where you're going?
Yes, I eventually.
Okay.
Well, see,
All right, well, I mean, I didn't realize all the culture and that, Hawaii, was so long back populated. You know what I mean? It was like some of the beginning people that I didn't really realize that about the gnomes and everything you guys were just talking about.
Yep.
And it's a very beautiful place. I know. I see the golf tournament there all the time, and I see Michelle Wee. I'm sure you know, because she's very popular there.
Right, our golfer.
And beautiful, just a beautiful scenery and just a beautiful place. And I wish you all the best, Ernie.
Thank you, Dennis.
Merlin, as far as the station, with the money.
His name Dennis, right?
I watch the city council meetings all the time, and I have not heard one city council representative, district representative, stand up for Access Tucson. I have
that's
not
sad.
heard one say that they should keep the station. Well, the only time anybody says anything about that is when they do the call to the audience, and I have not heard one city council member give an alternative or any kind of suggestion on how to save Access Tucson. And like you say, that's a shame. The money I'm paying my franchise fee to Comcast every month is supposed to go to them. But, you can't fight City Hall, and I hate to say it, Merlin, but I don't think Access Tucson has much longer down there. I really don't.
Yeah, it's very tragic, and it's happening all across the country. A great movie came out a few years back called Mr. Holland's Opus.
Okay.
And in that show, he's a music director, a band director up in Oregon, and they're cutting out the fine arts programs.
Yeah.
And it's like all across the country, they're killing the music programs, the art, the drama, everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's left of our culture? What's left of this world?
Yeah.
And this is part of it. We're part of a flavor of a.
Yeah.
Of a.
Well, it's the voice of Tucson. I told you I've been calling there since '86 when they first came on the air. I've been watching them, and it's where you really hear what the people in Tucson really feel and things. There's so much diversity of different shows and different opinions and all that. And it's good to see what the regular Joe feels about things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. It's our only pulpit.
Exactly.
The last bully pulpit left.
And believe me, I'll be sad to see it go because I call all the time. I watch all the shows. I really enjoy it. Like I say, I watch the city council meeting every week, and I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
In ending, all I want to do is say is God bless you, Ernie. I'll think about you, and I hope you have a great time. And like I say, you sound just as good today as when I hear you on the records here.
Yeah.
You hear that? Thank you. God love you.
That's what he loves to hear. Thanks, Dennis, for calling.
All right, thank you. Take
sure
care,
appreciate it.
guys.
Bye-bye. Did it work? I think I turned it off.
Well, that was a good.
Yeah.
That was a good voice.
Are you ready to continue?
I can get a little patriotic here.
Oh, well, all right. Then I got to change this.
The treasure. I put this together myself.
Oh, great.
Dennis.
You know what? I can't remember where he put it. Was it down here?
I don't know.
You know what? Can you sing for now, and I'll go find out where we put the disc.
Okay.
Because I can't remember where it goes.
That's the next one.
Okay, here it comes.
Oh no, that's the I don't want.
You want to do that? Okay, you want to do this next? How about this one?
Chant, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Crash up.
Oh yeah.
Ka hauai ka holo holo ka Hone hone ka uwe vilawe alilo Koa koe au pau pono Naua hela ka honga Ka hauai ka holo holo ka Hone hone ka uwe vilawe alilo Koa koe au pau pono Naua hela ka honga Alawa ia oi maka au au Kuna kamakani hili hulu Mioni kapulina ne kaiona Vena kike ala nui Alava iyo e makau Kuna kamakani hili hulu Mioni kapulina ne kaiona Vena kike ala nui Oka pako nani akamaina Avale no hoka pai opua Eka haua, eka pulena po Eole le ka haua Alava iyo e makau Kuna kamakani ele ulu Mione ka pulena ne kahiona Vena kike alanui Oka pako nani akamaina Avale no hoka pai opua Eka haua, eka pulena po Eole le ka haua Aina kove i e kule E one no i le ka haua Step on the gas Le akone ka huila Do it again.
Do that again?
Aina kove i e kule E one no i le ka haua Step on the gas Le akone ka huila Lava Aloha.
Aloha.
And get my mic back on here.
Okay.
Eric has shown me how to
Okay.
change this, so let's try that. There's a button right here, he
All
says.
my life I've been very, very patriotic after what happened in my life when I was
I'll bet, yeah.
just 18 years.
Come on, machine, open. There it goes.
That's one of the reasons why I'm in Arizona. Because of the Arizona.
The ship to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be darned.
It was by accident, but
Yeah.
fell right into my life.
Boy. This doesn't... Careless Whisper, is that what we're going to do?
What is it?
Careless Whisper?
No, it's
Like
it's
this?
going to be
You.
No.
God Bless the USA.
Oh, are you sure it was on that one? The only one on this one is Careless Whisper.
Oh, not. Did you change the CD?
Yeah, I put in the one you gave me,
Right from the beginning.
but it says Careless Whisper. Let's try it. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, okay. Great.
If tomorrow all the things were gone that I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank the Lord above to be living here today, for the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Oh, my throat's gone. And I'm proud to be an American, for at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Drink.
My throat is gone.
Take a
You want me
drink.
to stop
time
it for a
I-
minute? I can stop it for a minute.
Take a drink.
Now let it go.
Well, no,
Take a
let's stop.
drink.
Go ahead and take a drink. Ernie's little dried out here. We are in Arizona. And, speaking of Arizona, the humidity's been down to 2% the last few days, which is even drier
Make it dry.
than Death Valley.
Okay.
Are you really good? Okay. We
Try
can
it
continue.
again.
Here we go.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining seas, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. With this pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, for at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men that died who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. That I'm proud to be an American, for at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men that died who gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Very nice, Ernie.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Let it go.
Let it go? All right.
You know this one.
Oh, America.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for ember waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above thy fruited plains. All together. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Just let it roll on again. Say the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Okay,
Very nice.
thank you.
All right. Wow. That was great.
Thank you.
Yes. And you've mentioned how you served
Yep.
in World War II. I might put in a plug for myself. I put 23 years in Air Force Reserve as
All
well.
right.
Wow.
I was maintenance officer and a logistics officer at Travis and McClellan. And unfortunately, McClellan is another victim of base closings. And I'm very sad to say that maybe our base here in Tucson, Davis-Monthan, may be another victim of base closings if they park the A-10s, because they're just downsizing like crazy.
I hope not.
Yeah, they keep coming out with new technology, and I guess the wave of the future is to have unmanned vehicles. They use that Predator drone to go in and bomb people, and there's no pilot on board the drone, so it eliminates that part of the risk for the military. But at the same time, these drones are pretty ominous. I would not want to be a farmer anywhere outside the United States in this time of history, like in the Arab countries or in Afghanistan, because all it takes is an irrigation pipe on your shoulder, and next thing you know, you're a pile of dust. These drones will come in and blow you to smithereens.
Wow.
And there is a danger, because a drone doesn't have a pilot, and maybe a pilot might be able to see that, hey, that guy's not a terrorist, he's a farmer. And so he'd back off and wouldn't kill the guy. But when it comes to drones, they're given a target, and the time delay from the image that the drone sees to the satellite and down to the operator could be the amount of time it took to him realize that guy wasn't an enemy, he was just a farmer. And kablooey, and he's gone.
Wow.
And all these countries are screaming. They just hate our drones because we're killing people just left and right. And it's sad. We're almost the great Satan now. But that's the way life is, you know. Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And unfortunately, we're the last great superpower, and we just like to blast the daylights out of anybody who stands in our way. And sometimes they deserve it, but other times, who knows? Especially this last war, the Iraq War. What was that war really about? Everybody else in the world knew that it was not America defending ourselves. France, Germany, all those countries knew that there was something else going on. And that's the tragedy. America has always been the defender. We've come into every war towards the end to stop the bad guy, to stop the aggressor. So in World War I, it was the Kaiser. He invaded France, and we kicked him out. And in World War II, it was the Nazis, Hitler, and the Japanese, and we kicked them out. And we came in at the end, and we were the savior. We saved the day. And in Korea, we stopped the North Vietnamese from taking over the South. And in Vietnam, that was kind of a big mess, but we stopped the North Vietnamese. Yeah. Well, we didn't really stop them. Vietnam was another story. But the first Iraq War apparently was a good war because everybody else in the world joined in with us. Saddam was wrong. He invaded Kuwait and took over another country, and he had no right. And George Bush said, this will not stand. George Bush Sr. So he got all the other countries of the world to join in with us, and the war only lasted 100 hours. Well, there must have been something right about that war, and only 114 Americans died in that first Gulf War. And then we all went home, and that was the end of it. But then the second Gulf War is because Saddam has weapons of mass destruction, and he was part of 9/11. But he wasn't. There were no weapons of mass destruction, and he and bin Laden were enemies. He and Al-Qaeda did not get along. And if we weren't defending ourselves, then who were we in the second Gulf War? Maybe we were no longer the defender, we were the aggressor. And if God takes sides, God is always on the side of the defender. God was on our side in all the previous wars. But in this war, it went longer than any other war in American history. And 5,000 Americans died, and millions of Iraqis died. And we just slaughtered them like sheep. And they had no safe place to go. We were killing Iraqis left and right. We even had companies, corporations, with paid mercenaries that were going in there and slaughtering those poor people. And they desperately wanted us out of Iraq. There was a vote towards the end where 95% of the Iraqis wanted us out of the country because we were the great Satan.
Yeah.
And now the same thing goes on in Afghanistan. We're killing those poor people left and right. And for what? We're going to evacuate. We're going to withdraw from Afghanistan. And what would be the purpose of all those lives lost? They're just a big waste. It's no different than what happened back in 1980 with the Russians. They invaded Afghanistan, and our president, Jimmy Carter, objected, and our guys did not go to the Olympics in Russia that year because he said, this is wrong. Russia has no right to be in Afghanistan. So we didn't go to the Olympics. And then Russia retaliated in 1984 when we had the LA Olympics, and they refused to go to our Olympics. And that was pathetic because the Olympics are not to be political.
Yeah,
and
right.
the United States and
not.
Russia made them political,
They are not.
which is just really sad. And I have a cousin up in Phoenix, John Matthews, who would have won a Olympic gold medal in Greco-Roman wrestling, and everybody in the world knew that he was the top in the world. And Jimmy Carter cheated him out of a gold medal. And luckily, Congress made up for it a few years ago because they invited the entire Olympic team from 1980 to Congress and gave them all medals. So they kind of compensated. But another situation where politics has screwed things up.
Yep.
Yeah, they have no business being in.
Just like here at XS Tucson, politics is screwing things up.
Yep.
These crazy politicians. Do you have any more on that disc, or shall we go back to the Hawaiian? Hawaiian disc.
Yeah, that's all I have on that desk.
Okay, let me put the Hawaiian back in. If you'll bear with me, see if I can figure this thing out. You said push that button, and then put this one in.
I don't even know what's next up. But
Well, let's just play.
it's okay. Play it.
You want to go for number 7? You did number 5 and 6.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll know it, whatever comes up.
Yeah.
Yep. Here we go. This is a no, and this is a 7. Right there. Yes?
Hey, no,
You want to do this one?
no,
Or you want to go to the next one?
next one.
A little brown jug.
Oh, it's a little brown jug.
Nakapura.
Yes? Or next one?
Let me see. Get this. Nakapura, okay, aloha. Nakapura.
Let's stand up.
Yeah.
You gonna stand up?
Nene o kai o Maui. Nakapure o kai ke aloha. Ea. Nene o kai o Maui. Kovelo. Kovelo kohai. Hawaii, ea. Makaili kahia umamala. Kovelo. Kovelo kohai, Hawaii, ea. Makaili umamala. Malama. Malama I ho'oe ke aloha, ea. Kuli anono I ke akuai. Kovelo kohai, Hawaii, ea. Kukaya I ke akuai. Aina ia mai ka puana ia. Nā ka pue o kai ke aloha. Hana hou. Aina ia mai ka puana ia. Nā ka pue o Forgot the words.
Oh, no.
Ke aloha. Ke aloha. Got a word for you. Don't get old.
Don't get off.
Don't get old.
I think we can excuse any senior moments that you might have. That's okay. Folks, we're down to 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And once again, you've got phone numbers. So give us a call.
Yep.
Shall we say something about our Daisy?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Daisy. We
Yeah, tell
have-
them about the dog.
Yeah, we have a dog named Daisy. She's about
I
3
love
years
this
old.
dog, and now that I'm 91, and it's my responsibility to find a home for it.
Yes.
Daisy needs a home, a beautiful Daisy.
She's brindle colored.
It's brindle color.
Brindle colored.
How old
very-
is she?
About 3.
3.
Nice disposition, good with other dogs.
Housebroken?
And people.
Yeah.
Gets along with everybody, lovable, affectionate, wants to be with someone so bad. He can't
Yeah.
keep her anymore now that he sold his property.
Yeah.
So we got to find a home for her.
What number can they call?
850-9900.
850
9900.
9900.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Or 256-2423. Or 297-4044.
Wow.
There's 3 numbers.
Okay.
You
You'll have
pick
to
one.
give those again, maybe just before we go off.
Okay.
So anybody who would like a beautiful dog,
about 2 years
adopt.
old.
3, about 3.
3.
Yeah.
3 years old, grab a piece of paper and we'll give you those numbers once more before we go off the air. We should mention our background here behind us. Ernie's from Kauai, And for those of you that have been to Hawaii, you may recognize, actually, Patty, can you slide back a little bit that way? You guys may recognize the shoreline, the mountain, and the cliffs behind us. You need to go a little more that way.
This way?
Can you go that way? Yeah.
Maybe just
So you can
take-
show. This is called the Napali Cliffs on the north side of the island of Kauai. These are
Yeah.
spectacular mountain cliffs that come right up off the ocean, and they're oh, I'm sorry, you didn't have to go that
okay.
far. You lost your microphone. They can be visited either by hiking or by rubber raft. There are rafts that'll take you along the shoreline, and it's a beautiful place to visit. They actually have camping areas way in the back, and I should tell a story. Back in the early 1800s, from about 1840 to 1860, people in Hawaii were coming down with leprosy, and it was horrible. The government had nothing to stop it. They had no medicine, no way to prevent it. So they would round up people and haul them off to Molokai, to Kalapapa, where they would be left to die.
Yep.
And there was a Catholic priest named Father Damien who went there and ministered to them and actually built two churches. He built a Catholic church and a Protestant church. And when the Pope found out about it, the Pope wanted him excommunicated. The Pope was so furious that a Catholic priest would build a Protestant church. But Damien said, it's only fair. The Catholics only made up 10% of the population. 90% were Protestants. So he says they deserve a church as much as the Catholics do. And ironically, 130 years later, the Catholic Church makes Damien a saint. So he goes from becoming excommunicated to a saint instead. Politics again.
Yeah.
But he did wonders for those people on Kalapapa. They couldn't really save them because they didn't have a cure.
Yeah.
And ironically, the cure for leprosy was discovered in World War II, and it's very simple. It's a sulfur drug. All you do is get a treatment a few times, and it goes away. And then your nose stops falling off, and your ears stop falling off, and all the other horrible things associated with leprosy. But for centuries, leprosy was feared everywhere. And there was a family who got leprosy on Oahu. And they knew they'd be rounded up and sent off to Kalapapa to die. So they took the entire family, and they went over to Kauai, and they went all along the shore. They started way over here. The town of Hanalei is down there around the corner, and they ventured all the way back into this part of the Napali Cliffs and up into one of the valleys, the valley that's like right behind me. And they stayed there.
Isn't there a cave right there?
Yeah, there are all along the shoreline. There's incredible caves you can go up inside of. The boats can go into them. But they fought, and at one point the army actually sent a platoon of soldiers to go up there and get them, and they fought back, and they refused to come out. And it's an amazing story about people that fought to save their family from sure annihilation by being sent to Kalapapa, and they actually made it. They got away from the rest of the people, and they survived. But Napali Cliffs is a beautiful trip to make.
Yeah,
Back
Hawaii.
before I flew for my airline, I used to fly tours, and when we do our all-day tours of Hawaii, we'd come right around the Napali Cliffs and show the cliff line.
Yep.
That's quite spectacular.
We've been there, haven't we? We've been there.
Oh yeah.
That's why I thought I recognized that.
When I was young and was taught that survival was to hunt for your food, we hunted the Napali Coast
Yeah.
all over. That's all we did, scale those cliffs.
We're almost out of time. Can you send us off with another song? And then just before we go off the air, Patty will give us those phone numbers again.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay,
Is that it?
That's okay. Let's try one.
Is that a deal? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have my voice, but
Oh, Ernie.
I'll try it.
Okay, you want to try number 9?
Why not? Let me hear it.
This is
No, the next one. The Hawaiian War Chant. There you
War
go.
chant. Okay. Yeah. Fight them. Fight them. Fight them.
Hurry-ya. Hurry-ya.
Want to stand up again?
Hita hula ita wai wakila pe hanila hapila hula putu tu wait to wila hanule mo savulai.
Patty, can you say those phone numbers again? Say it right now. It's about to go off.
Three phone numbers thrown at you. Try to adopt this doggy named Daisy. One number is 297-4044. Another number is 256-2423 and 850-9900.
All right, fantastic. And everybody, aloha and a hui ho. Until June. Come back and see us again.
Away, ira hula, away, ira hula, 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 hey, when la, put the way to la, and a little water, la, head, hula, hey, when la, put the way to la, and a little water, away, all together.
Time to go, guys.
Bye-bye.
Away.
Thank you.